Hi Brainbox, welcome to Brainbox YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss sentence structure and its types. Do you know how to identify whether a sentence is simple, compound, complex, or compound complex? Keep watching to learn, but before you continue, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to keep you posted for more review topics. You can also avail of our CSE books and other reviewers. Just click the link to our shop in the caption below. What is sentence structure? Sentence structure refers to the arrangement of words and phrases in a sentence to convey meaning clearly and effectively. It involves the proper use of subject, verb, object, modifiers, and other elements to form a coherent and grammatically correct sentence. The way these elements are combined determines the sentence type and its overall meaning. Sentence structure can be broadly categorized into 4 types. First is the simple sentence. A simple sentence contains one independent clause. It has a subject and a verb and can express a complete thought. For example, the sun shines brightly. The sentence has a simple structure with just a subject, a verb, an object, but it expresses a complete thought. Another example is, the flowers bloom. Second type is the compound sentence. This is a sentence with 2 independent clauses joined together by a conjunction or a semicolon. Each clause can form a simple sentence alone. For example, the cat meowed loudly and the dog barked excitedly. The conjunction and joined 2 independent clauses together. On their own, each clause can stand alone. The cat meowed loudly, and the dog barked excitedly. Another example is, she loves reading, he prefers watching movies. The 2 clauses were not joined by any conjunction, but with a semicolon to form one sentence. Next, we have the complex sentence. This sentence is composed of at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. A dependent clause does not express a complete thought and thus cannot form a sentence alone. If a sentence begins with the dependent clause, a comma must follow this clause. For example, although he studied hard for the exam, he couldn't pass it. The sentence may be divided into 2 clauses. Although he studied hard for the exam is the dependent clause. Note the comma which followed the clause and that on its own, the clause cannot form a complete sentence. He couldn't pass it is the independent clause. Another example is, because the traffic was terrible, they arrived late to the party. Lastly, we have the compound complex sentence. This sentence is composed of at least 2 independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. For example, because the weather was perfect, they decided to have a picnic and they brought sandwiches and fruits. The sentence has 2 independent clauses. They decided to have a picnic, and they brought sandwiches and fruits. Meanwhile, it also has one dependent clause. Because the weather was perfect. Another example is, since it was getting late, they decided to leave the party, but they promised to meet again soon. Now, can you identify whether a sentence is simple, compound, complex, or compound complex? Let's find out. Answer this 3-item practice exercise if you really understood the topic. In this practice exercise, you need to identify the type of sentence being depicted in each item. You are given 15 seconds to answer. Identify whether the sentence is simple, complex, compound, or complex compound. For item number 1, after she finished her work, she went out for dinner. What type of sentence is this? Your timer starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is complex sentence. Remember that a complex sentence has at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. In the sentence, after she finished her work, is the dependent clause, while she went out for dinner is the independent clause. Therefore, it is a complex sentence. For number 2, the team practiced diligently, yet they couldn't win the championship. What type of sentence is being depicted? Your 15 seconds starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is compound sentence. A compound sentence has two independent clauses joined together by a conjunction or a semicolon. In the sentence, the team practiced diligently, and they couldn't win the championship, are two independent clauses. They are joined by the conjunction, yet. For the last item, although she sings beautifully, she still gets nervous on stage, and her heart races before every performance. What type of sentence is this? Your timer starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence has at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. In the sentence, the two independent clauses are, she still gets nervous on stage, and her heart races before every performance. Meanwhile, the dependent clause is, although she sings beautifully. Therefore, it is a compound complex sentence. Alright. That's pretty much it. I hope you got all the answers right. If not, you can still repeat this video and learn once again. That's all for today. Share this video for others to learn too. If you want to learn more, you can avail of our CSE books and other reviewers. Just click the link to our shop in the caption below. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.